If you own a rental property in California, you've probably heard of Costa-Hawkins Rental Housing Act. Usually you would hear this during a lot of election seasons. But do you know what it actually means for you? Costa-Hawkins was passed back in 1995 to stop cities from going too far with rent control. Before this law, tenants were very happy because places like Santa Monica and Berkeley had rules that didn't allow landlords to raise rent even when a tenant moved out. And that's called vacancy control. But then Costa-Hawkins passed and made a lot of landlords very happy because it outlawed that rule and gave landlords back the right to just set the rent at market rent once a tenant or once a property becomes vacant. So it also says that single-family homes and condos and properties that were built after February 1st, 1995 are exempt from local rent control. If your property is in this category, the ones we just talked about, then Costa-Hawkins gives you more flexibility than other landlords in California. So there's one exception to know about, and it's called a law passed back in 2024 called AB 1620. And that law says if a tenant with a mobility disability asks to move into a comparable ground floor unit in the same building, then they can keep paying the same rent. So, and we had one owner ask if this meant that they had to take a lower paying tenant over another qualified applicant just to comply. And the answer is no. Costa-Hawkins still protects the landlord's right to set the initial rent and choose a qualified tenant. The only time that that rent carryover rule applies is if the tenant already lives in the building and they need to move for disability reasons. So the bottom line is that Costa-Hawkins gives most of our clients flexibility on rent. But if you don't know when it applies or how it interacts with new laws like AB 1482 or AB 1620, it's easy to make a mistake and just trip on a legal landmine. So we manage properties in Carlsbad, Encinitas, or anywhere in North County, San Diego. And at Raintree Property Management, we make sure that every lease, rent increase, and tenant selection process is compliant with Costa-Hawkins and all the other myriad of laws. So if you're unsure about what rules apply to your property, one way to start a conversation with us is just click the link below and ask for a free rental analysis, and that'll start a conversation with us, and we'll show you how to stay protected and maximize your rental income legally. Thanks.